Today I'm sitting down with classical composer Caroline Lizagang. She has won the award for Best Classical Album on iTunes and is here to tell us all about it. Hello.
Hi.
An iTunes award winner. That's huge.
Yeah, I think so.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what happened when you heard that you'd won this award?
I actually had just, it wasn't officially hearing about it. I had just arrived back from Thailand. And we go through the iTunes charts every day to kind of see where I'm sitting in the charts. And we saw the huge banner saying Best Classical Album of 2015. I was like, what? No, this is a joke. Someone's trying to play jokes on me. And then 2 weeks later, I was told by my label that I did actually win the iTunes Classical Album of the Year.
Well, that's a way to find out.
Yeah.
Just scrolling through.
So it was quite a nice little welcome home surprise shock, I think.
And it's your debut album.
Yeah, my debut album.
So that's amazing. When you set out to write this debut album, did you think you were going to be winning awards?
No, I didn't even think that I would be releasing it properly. I was just kind of okay, maybe I'll just record it. Mm-hmm. I'll sell it to maybe a few of my friends and some family, and then
Grandma will buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And then kind of just took on its own life, which was quite nice. I think I'm still coming to terms with it. So,
tell me about your journey with classical music. We don't often see someone as young as you, so deep into classical music and already winning awards. Tell me about how you started and how you've grown.
Well, I suppose I started classical. My life in classical music started in the normal way, where you're a child and you start to learn your first instrument because it's like a cultural extramural that you do, and then kind of stuck at it because I quite liked music.
What was your first instrument?
Piano.
Okay.
So yeah, I just kind of stuck with it throughout school, and I did music for matric, and then I went on to study at Wits, and then I dropped out of Wits, and then I got accepted to Trinity College of Music in London, and then I'm here today.
What was the biggest struggle you had writing this debut album?
Paper cuts.
Really?
Yeah, actually that was my biggest struggle.
Well, that's not a bad struggle to have. There are worse struggles.
You'd be surprised. I try having hands that are just covered in paper cuts, and it's painful.
Well,
because so my supervisor, my second supervisor, I went to it was in my second year, and he had his first lesson with me or whatever, and I had gone and I had written something on my Sibelius, which is the software on my computer, and I didn't really think about any of it. And he was really angry about the fact that I didn't put any thought into what I had done, and he banned me from using technology for the rest of my year. So I had to do everything on paper. I wasn't allowed to work anything out on the computer. I wasn't allowed to kind of play around.
Sounds like a death sentence.
Well, that's the only reason why I think I actually wrote this album, was because it was all I was forced to think. I was forced to kind of work out what I was doing, and so yeah, I wrote everything on paper. I had no idea what any of it sounded like because I didn't write it on the piano. So yeah, paper cuts. There was a lot of paper involved.
So when you write it all on paper and you don't know what it sounds like,
yeah.
How do you, I guess as a musician, you know how to do that.
Well, it's basically, the best way to describe it, it's basically like doing a maths equation. So in maths, you have your certain rules on how to do things. It's the same thing with theory, with music theory. So, and I love theory. I love 4-part harmony and cadences and working out where things fall and all of that. So yeah, it's basically you just apply all of the knowledge that you know from your music theory, and you get an idea. I can hear what it sounds like. I have a very good idea of what it sounded like, but I didn't know if it would sound like that, if that makes sense. I didn't know if someone was going to sit down and play it on the piano, it would actually come out the way that I wanted it to. It was muddy waters, I think.
That's really exciting. What advice do you have for young South Africans who want to be a classical musician but don't know what the next step is?
See, my best advice would be is to just do it. I think I look at my peers when I was studying at Wits, and some of them amazing musicians, but they're all a little bit scared to actually do what they want to do or put themselves out there in case the fall is a lot greater than they want. So the thing is, you just have to be very stubborn with your dreams and your ideas, and actually not stray from them at all. You just have to do what you want to do and make sure that you do it. Otherwise, there's no point.